Hello, my people. Phyllis here again. Remember, we are still discussing on the type of fathers we have. What kind of a father are you? And today we are going to look at the missing in action dad. Oh my goodness. Imagine you're just missing. You're a dad, but you're missing. Imagine. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, Phyllis Shiko. Move to all our social media platform, Phyllis Shiko, at YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Look at Moses Basket Initiative so that you can be able to follow the whole series on who is a father, who is missing in action. So mostly in our society, these are the fathers we start describing as deadbeat dads. Oh, these are dad who gave you the sperm donor. Some of them are called like that. Some of them are called missing dads agenda. So these are the type of fathers who made girls pregnant and they quit the responsibility of being a father. So they're not engaged with the child. They don't know how the child was born. They don't know when the birthday of the child is. And this is the type of father who doesn't care if they gave out birth to any child out there. That's why we're calling them the missing dads in action. So this is a type of father who just impregnated a girl, or most women, when they are angry, when you're counseling them, when you're talking to them, they'll tell you, oh, that one is a sperm donor. He just gave me the sperms and disappeared from the life of the child. So they don't know if any single detail of the child. So this is a child who will grow without a father, a fatherless child, like what we call in future, you find a child who has not been brought up with a father around them. We call it fatherlessness. Kind of a challenge, and they will always have that gap. That's why you hear most children who once they grow up and they become people in society, and the bitterness of missing a father, they'll always tell you, I was raised with a single mom, or my dad was never in my life, and all that kind of things, those kind of stories that we hear about how the father left when the pregnancy was 1 month, when the pregnancy was 9 months, when the father denies that child is not my child because they don't want to take the responsibility. These are type of dads who want their own space in life. They don't want to be involved or any attachment. Or maybe some of them are also stingy because they know it's a big responsibility of taking care of a child. So they don't want anything to do with that child because they don't want to be responsible to pay any bill, to be requested by the court or to be asked by the mother of that child if they can contribute any amount of money to raise this child. So they don't want any responsibility. They don't want any engagement. And that's why I keep telling women, once you have such kind of a missing in action dad, stop making those calls, stop pushing so much, stop like forcing, because they don't want to be in action. They don't want that responsibility. They want to detach from that responsibility, but it's going to affect them in future. That's why sometimes we hear, oh, there was a wedding and then the father appeared when the child is 20 years, when there's the dowry negotiation, or when the child is graduating, is when the parent now started realizing, oh, this was my child. And that is when the father wants to be in action. So these things happen in the society. So it's not that they just want, there's always something I tell people. There are men who fear children. There are men, the ability of just thinking of another human being coming in their space, that fear. So sometimes it is good to give them time so that you see if they can come through, because they have a fear of raising another human being or believing they can be pregnant. And most men in this, when you hear them missing in action, is because also them, they don't understand about the menstrual cycle. They don't understand anything concerning pregnancy. That's why they'll tell you, oh, 1 shot and you got pregnant. Yes, that 1 shot made that girl pregnant because the sperms were active, the ovaries were active, everything concerning a pregnancy was active at that when you're having that sex duration. So let's not say that, oh, I slept with that woman once and therefore that's how they got the child. They can't get the children. No. Biologically, a woman can get pregnant with only with 1 shot of sex. With only that 5 minutes of sex, a child can be formed, because remember, a man gives 1 million of sperms in 1 shot. So that means that this man will always make a girl pregnant at any other time. Because as I keep saying, is that the menstrual cycle is 28 days and it has different phases. So you don't know as a man, you have slept with this lady at which phase of their menstrual cycle. It's either you slept with her during the ovulation period, that is a tick for pregnancy. It's either you slept with them during their follicular stage where it's forming. There are women who are more fertile than others. So it depends with a lot of factors. So when this dad is missing in action, is because even he doesn't have the right information on how the pregnancy was formed, how the body of a woman works, and how his own body works when they produce sperms. So this whole confusion of a dad missing, it is a big deal to the women. It's a big deal to the children. It's a big deal to him because he's still in denial. The women who are in missing in action dads, they are always on denial that that child is not mine, or the ears of that child is not mine, or the nose of that child is not mine, or oh, this woman was with another man. I saw her walking with another man during that period. You know, that child could. They are always looking for excuses to run away from that pregnancy. They are on denial. They have never moved from that. And if her father also has moved to the next stage of anger, they'll always be bitter at the lady because they want to be missing in that child's life. So why are you forcing me to be in that child's life? So they become angry, they become bitter, they become toxic towards the mother of that child. Why did you get pregnant? Why did you not use the family planning? Why did you not act like other women? Why did you not abort this child? Why did you give me this? You know, that is the anger bit of it. So they become very resentful towards the mother for making them or forcing them to be in that situation, which is a natural biological process. It has nothing to do with the woman. It doesn't have to be like maybe the condom busted, the condom just burst and the child is formed. So why do you have to blame the women? The family planning process fail every other single time, and we are going to look at that later on how this family planning process are going and how we are missing in all these things. So we can't strictly say that you are missing because there was a mistake. There was no mistake. When you engage with a woman sexually, that is the fruit where you get that child. So I always say when these missing dads are there, when they appear in our lives as women, let's embrace them because they are moving to acceptance. Because I keep telling you, there are other stages of people accepting something. So when they have reached a stage where they want to be part of that family, they want to be part of that child, let's allow them have that opportunity. Even if they've been missing for 5 years, even if they've been missing 10 years, let something they have because we want to give them a benefit of the doubt of saying when they were in denial and when they were in anger, they didn't believe that this child is theirs. Now that they want to be part of these children in future or in a couple of months or few years, let them come and relax. It's not easy for women because also them, they have emotions and they have the feelings of being rejected by this missing father, and they have all that coming in. So when we all fight towards that, then we have a child who is going to suffer. So this is what happens to most of our villages and in our African context, where men go missing because they don't want to be fathers. Why? Why do these men miss? And that is the question that I keep asking. Why are these men missing? It's because also their father were missing in action. Their father, either they were on war or their father they were left in the village and their father is working in Nairobi, and they have to make ends meet. Maybe they meet their own fathers once in a year. Maybe their father remarried, so they don't have any model of a father or what a father is supposed to be. So that fear, they block it by missing in action. They are missing because there is a reason as to why they are missing, which they are not aware of themselves that they are doing it, is because there was no role model to show them who a father is, and therefore, or who a man to be responsible for his child looks like, because their own fathers were not responsible. Their own fathers were missing in action. So who is he learning from? So who do you want that missing father to learn from. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platform. Look for Phyllis Shiko and look at Moses Basket Initiative. You're going to find us there and share. We love you all. See you in the next episode.